Oh my goodness, Hearties, we're back together. I feel like we haven't seen each other in forever, even though we see each other all the time. Look, I have my Hearties mug out and I have my Hearties pin on. And it feels weird because I'm so used to having guests. So I'm going to talk, my favorite thing to do a little bit. And then I have a surprise guest who is going to come on, and it's going to be fun. So I'm very excited. How's everyone tonight? I see Christina's here, and Brian's here, and Lillian, and Tony, and Christina. And I don't want to leave anyone out. Bonnie, I'm just like scrolling through. So we're going to talk about now. This is the first in a series, and I'm going to do it like every other Wednesday up until the premiere in July. And we don't want to wish our life away, but we cannot wait for the premiere. I know. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what we know when they give out little sneak peeks and what we can kind of like detect. And I'm always going to add a little something to it. Okay. So for tonight, I love Rosemary and Lee, and they are finally going to be a family of three. So I wanted to chat a little bit about that, and then I'm going to introduce my guest as you're all coming in. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Avis. Hi, Joyce. So I'm going to start right here with my little slide presentation like you're in my classroom. And this, of course, is grainy because it's an actual, it's a video that Hallmark let out to as a sneak peek. And then, people capture photographs of it. And this is Rosemary, and she's got her baby bump. And what I love about this is it's the very beginning of the show or the series, because you can hear Elizabeth, writing in her journal and doing that voiceover, and she talks about how time has passed, and we see a pregnant, very much pregnant Rosemary there. And I like that we will get to experience some of that pregnancy. And I'm thinking that she's going to be a real pain in the neck, but I also feel like Lee might be a pain in the neck. What are you thinking out there? Do you think they'll be like over the top anxious? He'll be running around trying to pamper her so much and she's trying to throw him out. I don't know. But I was really curious about her cravings. And since she is so over the top, I was thinking about at first she couldn't keep anything down. And that's that funny scene from season 9 where she actually threw up outside. And I think even maybe on or on off Arthur's shoes or near Arthur or something. And she really couldn't keep anything down except for, there it is, the ooey gooey butter cake. Yum. And which is delicious, by the way. And if you've never had it, forget who it was. I don't know if it was Arlene or Margie. Someone had asked me about getting their hands on it, and I found it at Walmart, and they were able to order it and pick it up. So, all right. So, Arlene, I agree. There will be so many theories. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Last year that it became annoying. Okay, you're talking about your different theories. Okay. So I wanted to go over to here. I had posted this in the Rosemary and Lee fan page, and I was just for fun talking about the top cravings that women have, like pickles, and then it was chocolate, and then it was ice cream, spicy foods, and chips. And that got me to thinking, what would Rosemary want to eat? And I was thinking, what if it was pickles and ice cream? And we've got we have the Yoast ice cream shop now. What if it was like a pickle sundae? So I start exploring, and I found that there's such a thing. So I'm excited because I'm going to introduce you to Jayla, and she's going to talk about this real invention. And you can actually, if you're in the States, go out and find it. So let me see. There's the picture. All right, Jayla, I'm bringing you in. Hello, Jayla.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. So, why don't you tell all of our guests that are here where it is that you work?
So I work at Pine Mountain, and that is in Festus, Missouri. We're right in the center of historic Main Street.
Oh my gosh, what's the name of the town again?
Festus, Missouri.
Where's that name come from? Do you know what Festus is? Is it a family name? Does it
I'm
mean
not
something?
too sure, actually.
Okay. That's all right. That's kind of interesting. I will have to look that up. I like
Yes.
learning.
It's a cute little town.
Do you know what your population is about?
um, I think in the 20,000s. I'm not quite sure. I moved away from there a little while back, so
And then you came back. I'm thinking I live in a small town and we have about 15,000. I
yeah.
once had a they someone on and I think they had like 1,000 people in their town and I'm like, "Oh, your
Oh my
town
gosh.
is small." But they had all these amazing things. It was so much fun. It was Valentine. That's what it was. Where was Valentine? Was it Nebraska? No. Now I even forget where they're from. No, I think it was something out there, but it was so much fun. You know what? The
Yes.
whoever's out there, they'll correct me. And all the little towns down there and have so much to offer. So I was so excited. I'm going to share when I found that there was such a thing as a pickle split. So can you tell us like what goes into a pickle split?
So basically, it's like we make it the same way as a banana split. You just got your pickles on the side, and you can do it the traditional way with the chocolate, strawberry, vanilla ice cream with your jams and your sauce, your whipped topping, your cherries. Or we also have 28 different flavors out at all times of ice cream, and you can do it any way you want. You can choose different ice creams, different toppings, and really make it something of your own.
Oh my gosh. Now, I'm thinking who invented it? I forget the whole story. Share it with us.
So I'm not quite sure who invented it because it was passed down through
Oh,
the purchase of the business.
okay.
And my boss just really thought, oh my gosh, nobody else in town has this. It's really quirky. It's fun. We're going to keep it and we're going to run with it.
All right. And do you get people that actually come in saying, "Hey, I want to try the pickle sundae"?
Yes, we have people call in sometimes from hours away and like, hey, are you guys open? Do you still have the pickle split? We'll be down there in a few hours if you have it. So, I mean, people make it like a whole day trip to come down and try it because
Oh
we really
my gosh.
are like one of the only places that does this.
I love it. I know I want one. And I'm like, I don't know if I could make that, but I keep saying going out that way because I'm from New Jersey. I'm going to head out to the Midwest and I will have to put you on my a little stop here. All
Yeah,
right.
of
So
course.
you make a lot of many other things. At one
Yeah.
point, the name, because I think it's the same that is the same name on Facebook. It was called also a mercantile or like
Yeah.
and I love that because there's a mercantile in our show that we love. So I
Mhm.
was, oh wow, this is like so appropriate. I was my dream to get to have you on. I thought about this months ago, and I'm so excited that you're here. So the real official name, I don't want to say what I think it is, just in case it's wrong, and I wanted to hear what is the real official name of the establishment.
Pine Mountain Coffee House and Mercantile.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And so what else do you have besides this delicious, luscious, yummy, yummy
So
sundae?
we've got something for everybody. Like we really do. We have vegan options, gluten-free options, dairy-free options. We've got an assortment of coffees, lattes, cold brew that we make in-house. We've got steamer sandwiches. We've got acai bowls, mini donuts, chai tea lattes, frappuccinos. I mean, we've got something for literally everybody.
Are you open year round?
We are, yes, 7 days
And
a week.
7 days a week. Oh dear
Yes.
Lord. Oh my. So you are a busy, busy. I want everyone to get to see your face too in a minute, but I just want to like show off some things that I took off of your Facebook. So
Yeah.
they have a Facebook page. I was gonna say boys and girls, like they're my students, friends, parties. They have a Facebook page. So let's see. I took these two off. These look amazing. What in the world are we looking at here?
So the red one, that's going to be one of our Lotus energy drinks. And I really enjoy those because if you come in and you don't like coffee, but you're still looking for that burst of energy, it is a plant-based energy drink and it's a real natural way to get that kick that you're looking for. And the ingredients that goes into the Lotus also promotes stress relief, mood elevation, let's see here, alertness and an increase in power. Like it's got so many good natural ingredients in it. You can get that like burst of energy and not have to go to the gas station and get that monster energy drink or something and have that like icky crash, you know?
Yes, yes.
It's
Wow.
amazing.
Who thinks up all of these wonderful recipes?
Um, so I really like working there because it really is a team effort. We really get to have we get to create things and run it by the boss. And I think everyone who works there right now has an item on the menu that they have created.
Oh, oh, that's wonderful. Team effort.
Yes, it
What's
is.
this gorgeous blue aqua kind of looking color? What is that?
That is our Lucky Charms lemonade.
Oh,
So we've
I
got we take lemonade and then we put in toasted marshmallow and blue raspberry flavoring, and it is just delicious. That's one of our newer items as well.
okay, so I was wondering some of the things might be seasonal or for the most part, whatever I'm showing, you think you have them all the time, or can we
Yes.
request?
Yes, all the time.
Okay, wonderful. All right, and then we have look at these two. What in the world? That looks like something
Yes.
s'moresy. What is that?
So that is our s'mores frappuccino. That is one of my favorite ones to make and decorate because so much goes into it. But we have so many frappuccinos to pick from, and they all come just extravagant, just like that one.
Like over the top. And
They
what
are.
is the other one with the dome and the straw in it? What is
That
that?
that would actually be one of my creations. That is a frozen cold brew.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. By the way, can you make that decaffeinated or no?
Unfortunately, not right now.
I think it kind of defeats the whole purpose of what a cold brew is, right?
Right.
All right. This was adorable. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. It has the little peeps poking out, and that is from the top, like it's like an aerial view, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
that was our Easter inspired Frappuccino. That's our Peeps Frappuccino. And one of our coworkers was like, we were just sticking the peep on top. And
Uh-huh.
she's like, oh, let me rip it in half and kind of make it look like he's taking a little bath in this whipped cream. And we love the way it looks. So that's how we stuck
Oh,
to it there.
that's cute. What are the flavorings in a Peeps Frappuccino?
Vanilla, toasted marshmallow, and cupcake would be
Oh my gosh.
the kind of flavor for that. And it is very good.
Every time you say toasted marshmallow, it makes my heart sing. I made something on my own in a recipe and it had toasted marshmallow in it. And it was just like three ingredients. And I was like, oh my gosh, that toasted marshmallow was just
Oh yeah,
delicious.
it's always amazing in anything.
Now, what are these over here? I love donuts. So
Yes.
is
Well,
that what
then you
these
would
are?
like these. These are our miniature donuts, and we fresh bake those to order. And then we have four different types of sugar coating that we could put on those. We've
Mm.
got salted caramel, hot apple cider, cookies and cream, and then sugar and cinnamon.
Oh my,
The
my.
cookies and cream would have to be my favorite, I think.
My. And you know what? I did see some savory things that you make. I just didn't choose
Yeah.
them, but I saw like sandwiches and things. I was like, "Oh my god, delicious." Now, this is the same thing, just two different views. What is this?
So that I'm so glad you brought up a picture of that because those are amazing. So those are a vegan option that we have, as
Okay.
well as you could make it gluten free, and that is what's called an acai bowl. They're
Mm,
really popular in on the West Coast.
mhm.
So we're kind of like the only one in the area that does that. And it starts with all the bowls are base price no matter how many toppings you put on there.
Oh.
And yeah, so you can really make it your own. And we start with our acai sorbet base, which we
Mhm.
have a couple different flavors to choose from for that. And then you get to pick your dry toppings such as like granola or the coconut flakes you see, cacao nibs, chia seeds. And then the fruit, we try to stay local as much as we can.
Mhm.
So we get that from our local produce market and fresh cut that on top for you. And then you get a choice of peanut butter or honey drizzle on top. And
Mm.
those are just really packed with like antioxidants from that acai base. And it's just a really healthy lunch. You can feel good about the lunch you had type of option.
I know I was thinking probably very filling. It sounds scrumptious. Now, the
Yeah.
topping on this one, is it peanut butter? Is that what that is?
Yes, that's peanut butter.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
would recommend the peanut butter for sure.
Oh my gosh, delicious. Now, what is something that is like your ultimate favorite?
My favorite would probably be our blackberry mocha latte. because I was very skeptical to try it at first
Right,
because of the
right.
blackberry, but I'm really glad I did. And I recommend it to just about anybody who comes in there looking for a good latte.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now we're all like starving and craving. We're gonna
I
crave
know.
like rosemary. Now, may I ask about your t-shirt? It's cute. Take me
Yes.
to the
Take
mountain.
me to the mountains. And then
And
on the back side is our logo. I don't know if you can see it here.
we can,
All
yeah.
right.
And
Yep,
that
that would be our shirts.
I use that logo when I put it on our thumbnail. Now,
Oh,
can you purchase these shirts in the mercantile?
you can, yes. Yeah.
Now, I don't want to make anybody dizzy. I want to add this back just for a minute. So in the background, and I always think you can see my cursor and you can't, but if you're looking in the background, it looks like there's racks of clothing or something, and then there's things on shelves. Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so you
So
sell clothing? What else you have?
we offer, like you said, we offer our shirts, and then we also carry grunt style t-shirts, and then we have things such as like candles, different kinds of coffees. We try to stay like kind of old fashioned in the theme as well. So
Yes.
we have a bunch of like old fashioned games for kids and Jelly Belly, and we have this really cool display pickup truck in there that
Right.
we fill with candy. So
Uh,
yeah, it's really fun.
so just going out to the Midwest, I always say road trip, and the people I'm taking with me, Kathy and all of you, and we get in our car and we're going to go there. Now we have to road trip just to come and visit your place. I think
Yes,
it's
of course.
all right. Now, Jayla, how many people do you think are working at one time in that shop?
Um, 2 to 3,
Okay.
except on the weekends because we get quite
Right.
busy on the weekend. So I'd say about 4 on the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been lovely. I want to share some comments. I don't know
Yeah.
if anyone has any questions for you, but we definitely have some comments. I'm curious. Festus was the name of a person on Gunsmoke. Is that how it is spelled? Is that how you spell the name of your town?
Um, I can't see the comment here. Festus. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And then over here, Kathy says, I think the pickle split would satisfy people who crave both salty and sweet things, which is me. And she's just
Definitely.
saying the character she could think, she thinks the character would like that too. Then this is Lillian. She says, I love pickles and I love ice cream. Not sure I'd put them together.
We get a lot of that.
I actually went and tried just pickles and ice cream, and I was like, this is pretty good. And then the next night I wanted it again. And I'm like, oh, I got to watch myself here. Nikki's saying, oh my God, just realized that I would drive right by Festus when I went to Jonesboro, Arkansas to visit my granddaughter.
Well, you should come see us then.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Now, what Brian's saying, it's magically delicious. I think he was talking about what was it? The
The
Lucky
Lucky
Charm?
Charms lemonade. Yes, it is magically delicious.
That's cute. Someone else is saying they also love Peeps and Marshmallow. Yeah. Oh, hot apple cider sounds yummy. Oh, look. Do you think we could go on a road trip to Missouri to visit this restaurant? But it's a mercantile.
Yes, a little bit of everything.
Yes. All right. I don't know if I have any more questions. I think they're just giving you love. They're just like
Good.
blackberry yum. Sounds like a fun place. I don't
Yeah.
want to make people dizzy as I'm putting all this here. Um, she said, did she say what bigger city? Oh no, you didn't. What are you by a bigger city, or can you give us like some
Um,
area like cities around you or towns?
like Arnold and St. Louis area.
Oh, how far
Yeah.
from St. Louis do you think you are?
Probably about an hour. Not
Is
too
that
close, not too far away.
okay? Is that distance because and also taking into account traffic or no?
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Yeah. I remember, so I live in Jersey and we are
Mhm.
the most crowded state in the US, right? So traffic can be a pain in the neck. But when I went to California, I would say to my aunt, well, how far is it away? They would never tell me miles. They would tell me minutes or hours because,
Right.
like and going a mile into the west would be one thing, and going a mile to the east would be like 4 times the time, the time to get there. So I always ask. I don't know. From then on, I
Yeah.
learned that as a kiddo. Oh, I have a question. You didn't plan for this one before you go, so I'm putting you on the spot. It's nothing big, but just take a minute to think. So, if we were coming to Festus, and am I saying it right? Festus?
Festus, yes.
Festus. If we were coming to Festus, and we would stop by, of course, and spend some time in the Pine Mountain Mercantile, coffee shop and Mercantile, where else would we like to go? Is there another something we would want to see or do, or what do you
Mm,
think?
mm, mm, mm. I would say probably so Main Street right now in Festus is
Mhm.
really developing nicely. So I would say if you guys came on like, a nice day, I would just walk down Main Street. We have so many cute little shops, so many businesses, young people starting their own businesses, and it's just so nice to see them flourishing. Bakeries, and we've got this place on Main Street called Four Brothers Mead, and they hold a Viking festival actually twice a year, and it is the coolest thing ever. Like,
Oh,
there's something on Main Street for everybody. It's just developed so wonderfully. So I would say just take a walk up and down Main Street and you'll find something that's going to interest you.
by any chance, do you know what I call it the ooey gooey? Do you know what the ooey gooey butter cake is? Have you ever heard of that or know that?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
we have a place down here in the area, a little restaurant, and they make the best gooey butter cake that I've ever had.
oh my goodness. Can you tell us the name or no?
Yeah, hold on, let me think of it.
I'm sorry. Don't mean to
No,
make you
you're
nervous.
good. I can't
You're
remember
gonna
what
figure it
the
out. It's
name is.
okay. Listen,
I'll
when you
think of it.
yes, well, you're gonna relax, and when you think about it, you can let me know. Send it to me in a message because I'm putting you on the
Yeah,
spot, and then I
it's
will
okay.
share it with everyone
Yeah.
because we are cuckoo for that, and it goes along with everything we're talking about.
It's Dough Depot. I have
Okay,
to think about it for a minute.
Dough Depot.
Dough Depot,
Wait,
yes.
I can't take it. It's a mercantile and a depot. I love
Yeah, there's so many cute little shops and restaurants around this area.
Oh, Jayla, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you for having us on.
Sure, sure. And now I'm all the way over here in Jersey. Can you mail me some ice cream? You can't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. All right. I loved it. Isn't that wonderful? Oh my goodness. You live on the Illinois border just north of Terre Haute, Haute or Hoot. Um, Dough Depot. How creative, whoever made up that name. I know, I know, I know, I know. Okay, isn't that amazing? We definitely have to go on a road trip. I've made that gooey cake several times. Chris, the recipe is disgusting, and I'm not saying yours. It is so gross because I'll tell you what, and you've heard me talk about this. I grew up on gooey butter cake. It was my mother's favorite, okay? And it was the real deal. And then, years later, I'm like, how do you make that? And I find this recipe and it has the most disgusting. It's with the cake mix and you have to put it on the bottom and you add cream cheese. I'm like, that is not gooey butter cake. So if you think that's delicious, you would pass out if you had the real deal. What is it? You could tell you're not from the Midwest. well, you know what, Deb Johnson? I don't know how to pronounce that. Terre means earth. It's French. And Haute is French too. And I know how to speak French, so I don't know. I missed the whole thing. It never came in for me. What happened? What never came for you? I don't even know what Chris is saying. Okay, you'll have to share. Okay. All right, let's get back to this. So, now I'm wondering and I want to know what you all think too. Oh, people are howling and going crazy. Oh, how hout. Hout. Okay. All right, got you. That's how you say it. Fine, 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 fine. All right, so now I'm shouting and I'm sorry because I'm excited and I'm loud. I've been presenting all day, so I'm going cuckoo. let's talk about let's talk about Rosemary being pregnant. She is a little bit older than the average person who is pregnant during this time. And I had seen on social media people wondering if they would make her pregnancy have some kind of complication. And not that she would lose the baby, but to give us some drama, maybe she would have a difficult birth. I don't know. But I don't know what you all think, but I definitely think that this is going to be a great opportunity for us to see Faith be a doctor. And we don't really get to see her being much of a doctor last season. She, of course, took care of Nathan. This is true. But I mean, I really want to see her out there saving some lives or doing a surgery or something. What do you think, peeps? I don't know. I'm hoping that this is an opportunity for her. I'm just watching what you're saying too. If I feel like I'm distracted, I'm just trying to keep track of what you have over here, and I will post it up in a minute. So I'm like, okay, there's an opportunity for Faith. And you know what's funny? She's actually the actress. She's really pregnant in the series this time again, but she doesn't have to leave because you when they had it at the very end and she was at the Hardy reunion, you could see that she was still pregnant. So it was timed a little differently, I guess. All right, let's see. I hope they don't mess with Rosemary's baby. We know it's healthy because of the one pic that was shared. Yes, 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 we do. And I'm not saying that it wouldn't be a healthy baby. I was just wondering if there'd be a little bit of maybe a bit of drama when she's giving birth. I mean, we had drama with Elizabeth giving birth because she was in the woods in a snowstorm with no doctor and just her two BFFs. And of course, that went beautifully. I'm just wondering, it could even be more of a comedic thing, even. It could be them all stressed out, Lee all stressed out. I think that would be kind of fun. Cindy said the birth could go the dramatic route with complications. Yes, you're reading my mind, Cindy, or the humorous route with Rosemary. Yes, yes. I agree. I agree. All right. So the next thing that I was thinking about this whole topic is how much of season 10 is going to be dedicated to them before actually about the pregnancy, before her actually giving birth. And I was trying to figure out where in the storyline it would be. I have something in a few minutes that I'll post up all the titles and where we can use those titles to kind of predict. But I'm thinking that I don't think the pregnancy is going to go on for the whole 10 well 12 episodes and then it happens at the end. I think it's going to happen early on, especially because it looks like by the time we get to episode 1 there's that gap of time and she really is pregnant in that one picture I showed you, but you could really see her belly here. So I think, what do you think? I fully expect an adventurous birth. We're still on the birth because I know there's a delay. I can just see, this is true, I can just see running from room to room hunting for things. Yeah, I see that too. Like, and I don't mean that Faith wouldn't have her stuff, but maybe she's like, I need my special, I don't know, aromatherapy, and I need my feet are cold, and I need this, and I need that. I don't know. I think that's funny. Or maybe it's Lee who's passing out and needs all the attention, and she's like, hello, I'm over here giving birth. I could see it going either way. Yeah. Um, all right, Arlene saying, I think maybe 3 episodes of pregnancy. I'm with you, Arlene, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. I really, really think, yes, Susie saying the baby, oh baby episode, and I so agree with you there. So, Lillian saying early in the season, maybe episode 3 or 4, and we're going to get into the names. I'm going to move this ahead. Now, here are all the names. I have to take off this so you can see it better. Okay, so episode 3, I did the baby names. I did them in a pink and a blue. So episode 3 is Oh Baby. And here's the interesting thing about episode 3 and episode 2. When I had Kevin Smith on, they had finished and wrapped the 100th episode. And he was telling me when we were talking, because they're in blocks, he wasn't quite sure if it would wind up being episode 2 or if it was episode 3, the 100th episode. And I was thinking, when I saw the title of episode 3 come out, which was Oh Baby, wouldn't that be great? Where they were having some kind of wonderful whatever celebration. And in the midst of it all, you know, baby Coulter is on the way. So I'm leaning towards episode 3 being the episode where she gives birth. And I'm really wondering if it is the 100th episode. And what do you think out there? Oh, this is funny. Um, oh no, not that one. This one. My husband fainted during the birth of our second son. And I think she will have the baby before Elizabeth's wedding. Martha, Elizabeth's wedding is a whole other topic that I'm not discussing tonight, but I will soon. And I'm agreeing with you there. The wedding should be the one. Nope, let me get that off, Nikki. I'm taking that off. I will tell you this, Nikki. I am almost absolutely positive that it is not the 100th episode. Sorry. The wedding is not the 100th episode, and I do not think, no. Sorry. I totally disagree with that. But this is all about the Coulters. All right, now, Arlene, I wanted to come up with that. Mother and child will deal with Toby somehow, and Rosemary will have postpartum issues. That is so interesting that you bring that up. I think that Rosemary will have postpartum issues too. I really do. And I know that Rosemary's always used to being perfect and really good at everything that she does. And she has that self confidence. And I feel like she might be overwhelmed. And this whole episode 6 can be many things. It doesn't just have to be about about Arlene being a mom, about Rosemary being a mom, but it could be, like you said, other characters that are introduced into the storyline. It could be about Elizabeth and her being a mom. And I was also wondering, what about Molly? Because I saw at the end when they did that wrap picture and they're all standing out in the field and Rosemary has an infant in her arms. There's a beautiful redheaded young woman, not a child, but a young woman standing near Molly. And I was like, what if Molly's daughter comes back? That could be mother and child. And then I was also thinking, it could also pertain to Elizabeth and her mom. Maybe there's issues that arise about the wedding. Even Lucas and his mother, maybe issues arise about the wedding with them. So I'm thinking that episode 6, the baby is born, and it's really not about the birth. I'm really going with episode 3. And I don't think they would have twins. All right. If she did have twins, that would be funny. What is this? What's Nikki saying? They're all agreeing with you, Nikki. So, a wedding should be the 100th episode and should be all about the wedding. The baby should be a separate episode that doesn't interfere with the wedding. Nikki, I don't know about that. I don't really think it's just going to be the wedding. I don't think it should be the wedding either. Um, there's too much that's been said by certain actors that truly makes me know that it's not the wedding. And if it is, but they've really been acting in their little chats and interviews. And I disagree. I strongly disagree because I do love Elizabeth and Lucas, and Elizabeth always is the focus. I get that, but I don't think it's going to be the Rosemary and Lee show, and that's what that whole episode is about. I think it's going to come out of that, and there's other things that are going on because the 100th episode is probably about the town itself and everybody that it comes together and is in it. Who knows? Hope Springs could be the 100th episode, but it's definitely either episode 2 or 3. Let's see. We got down here. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, okay. Chris, did I lose something along the way? But who was Toby? Toby's a new character that's coming in. He is in most of the season, and he's a young boy who looks like he's in his middle, maybe tweens, and he's got dark curly hair. The actor himself is a doll. Billy, is it Billy? Is his first name Billy Christos? I forget. I would have to see. I forget exactly what it is. But I can't wait to have him come on and we get to meet him. We can't yet. We have to wait until he comes on and it's known who he is. And then once that happens, I'm allowed to interview him. If I remember correctly, I believe Elizabeth said that in the promo that Rosemary was 6 months pregnant. I think you are correct. I think you were correct. So, um, I don't, was she 6 months? Did she actually say a month? Because you know how they never say that, but something leads me to know that she's at the end of her pregnancy. Um, I'm wondering if there'll be flashbacks in the 100th episode. I'm wondering, Cindy, if there'll be flash forwards, but I'm not talking about it tonight. This is all about the Coulters and their baby. This will have to come. You'll have to come back. Okay, Chris knows what his name is. Okay, so let's talk about I think that's my last that I need to share. Oh, I'm sharing this. I'll wait. No, yeah, I'll wait to share that in a minute. I'm going to remove that. So let's talk about godparents. Who So when Elizabeth, she had godparents, which are Bill and her sister, and then she had guardians, which are Lee and Rosemary. Who do you think will be the godparents, and who do you think will be the guardians? I think she said Rosemary was with it within a few weeks of giving birth. I think that's how it was stated too, Christine. Beautiful picture of Rosemary. It is, Chris. I'm going to bring that back up. It is the beautiful handiwork of someone I admire, and I will tell you who that is in a minute. Elizabeth, Rosemary's almost ready to give birth. That's it. Thank you, Rona. I think Elizabeth and Lucas for godparents. Maybe. I was thinking more that Elizabeth and Lucas might be guardians. Or what about Joseph and Minnie being guardians? And maybe family members. Like, don't you think that maybe they would want to have their niece back and she would be a godmother, or the sister, something like that? Maybe they will return the favor and have Elizabeth and Lucas be guardians. I'm thinking that too, because they live in the town, they're nearby, they've been friends forever. Or if not Elizabeth and Lucas, then what about Minnie? Joseph and Lee have become very close. Ned and Flo. Okay, could be. Could be. And it's funny because Ned and Flo as godparents is interesting because Florence is Catholic and Ned is Jewish. But they do go to the church, so it's not like they're very much practicing. The only reason why I remember Florence even being Jewish is she prayed over Ned when he was sick with the rosary. You think Lucas and Elizabeth will be godparents? Yeah, I'm thinking guardian. Would Christopher and the niece as godparents? I know, because they get married. That would be cute. Definitely, though, the niece. Just because she's married doesn't mean that her husband has to be too. But I really think they'll mention them. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna have one of Lee's family members. We don't know anything about, well, we do know, but we haven't heard much or seen or met any of Rosemary's family. And I wonder if we will. I wonder if this will be a chance to sneak them in. I'm not sure. Oh, yes. Hickam being a godparent. Very close. That would be a good idea. Yeah. They are supposed to get married. They did. They did get married, but I'm saying just because they're married doesn't mean, oh, you're wondering if they did? I don't know. I was just thinking that maybe I think that a family member is one of the family members is going to be a godparent. I really do. I think that. Who was standing next to Lee and Rosemary in the picture with the baby? They could be the godparents. I don't remember, Christine. And I didn't find that picture. I wasn't even thinking about it. It's a good question. Maybe. All right. How about Henry said that they were going to get married? Yes, he did. Yes, I agree. I don't know if you're saying to me that that leaves a possibility that they didn't get married, but the only thing I was trying to say is just because even if they were married, it doesn't mean that they don't really know Christopher. It doesn't mean that they really have to have both. They could just have, the niece. Maybe it's his sister, Lee's sister. We don't know. All right, let's talk about, and I know I have before, let's talk about the sex of the baby. What do we think, girl or boy? I could go back and forth. I have rationale for both. I'm thinking a girl, and it would just be perfect for Rosemary to have a girl. We already have a young boy, which is little Jack. And I was thinking, okay, they'll have the girl, but then again, they could have a boy and they could be buddies. Um, I know people are like, oh no, they'll save the girl for Elizabeth. She's going to have a girl. Elizabeth's not having a baby anytime soon. They're not going to have another set of twin actors on double. If Elizabeth's pregnant, it is not going to be until the end of season 11, okay, maybe 12. And I do I really hope it's a girl. I really do. Rosemary's friend might come back. This is true. That would be amazing if she did. And Carson and she, yes, they were on the brink of love, and it's a girl. Okay. I think that Elizabeth and Lucas would be guardians, and Joseph and Lee's niece, godparents. Okay. All right. I think, Joan, I'm going with that. And Brian's saying we need another girl, and I agree with you. Christine's saying a girl, and Lillian's saying would like a boy, but probably going to be a girl. Okay. I know. I would like it for it to be a boy too, because they could get into a lot of trouble together. Jack and the baby, or even the little girl can. I always thought that it would be funny if they had a girl, she would be very much like her father, and they had a boy, he'd be very much like the mom. I'm saying, but you're all saying girl, girl, girl. Okay. Now, here's what's interesting. What in the world is the name? Because what happened was, again, when I was talking to Kevin, he was saying something like, we didn't know what the name was going to be. And then when we found out the name, I think Pascal texted Kevin, and they both were like, oh, that makes sense. So whatever name they decide to name this baby, it makes sense to them. So I'm trying to think of what could it be? Like the name must have some kind of significance. So it says, Kathy says, I think it would be a girl. Lee would be so outnumbered with Rosemary and the baby. I know. And they could both be very dramatic. What's this? Bryce is saying Elizabeth very likely won't have a okay. Assuming that Elizabeth is about the same age as Aaron, she's close to 40, and in those days having a baby at that age was very risky. Okay. Let's see. I would like it to be a girl just so she could drive Lee nuts. I agree. Yes. And Rosemary's older than Elizabeth. That's why I said early on about complications of some sort, or postpartum depression, like some of you were saying. Someone's saying Patricia. Oh, Nikki, why Patricia? Wonder what it is about that. What am I missing and forgetting? Tell me. Oh, a baby girl. Hope. Oh, that would be cool. Or Faith. But then we have a Faith in town. But that would be cute. Hope would be wonderful. I was thinking this too. Rosalie. I know. I was thinking that. Is she pregnant? Maybe that's why it took her so long to get pregnant. Bryce? Oh no, Pascal's not pregnant in real life. No, she's not. A girl named Leanne. Okay. Patrick was Lee's brother. Yes. And Patrick was Lee's brother. And there's, yes. And so it would be Patricia if it were a girl, because he has a nephew who is named after the brother. That makes sense. Patricia, that would be cool. Rosemary was very close to Charlotte, Jack's mother. Yes, maybe Charlotte Elizabeth. Yeah. Let's see. No, I meant is she, in response to Deb saying Rosemary's older than Elizabeth. Yes, she is. Oh, and no, Rosemary and Elizabeth are very close in age. Rosemary's very close to Jack's age, and Jack wasn't that much older than Elizabeth. Yeah. Yes, well, I know he died. Yes. Hope is nice, but Rosie is too much like Rosaline. Oh, and she might be back. Good, Brian. That's a really good thinking there. And Elizabeth was 22 when this series started, so she should be around 32. Yes, you are correct. Maybe Lee's mom's name or sister's name. Maybe. We'll probably get more of an idea once we get episode 1 underway. Like I bet you, and I feel like they wouldn't say anything. Like they wouldn't say the name until the baby was born. All right. I wanted to talk about spoiling. I had mentioned on the Rosemary and Lee page about having a dog, and everybody's like, no, she's a new mom. I just think I would go back to her being a godparent. When she made the gingerbread house for little Jack, it was enormous. It was this big, giant gingerbread house. She's so over the top. I feel like she's going to be over the top for her kiddos, her child, and she's going to be getting a dog or a kitten and this gorgeous bedroom. I cannot wait to see what the nursery is like. And I think that, the best of everything. So that's why I was thinking a dog. I think she's really going to spoil the baby. And what I find interesting is if the seasons when they progress and the child has to go to school. Could you imagine Rosemary in a like a parent teacher conference with Elizabeth? Oh boy. This is cute. Patricia Rose Coulter. All right, Nikki. What do you think? How do you think they will spoil the baby? I'm also thinking, the other thing I'm thinking is that I could see Elizabeth and Lucas getting a dog before Rosemary and Lee. This is true. I agree, Cindy. Oh my God. And Deb saying a parent teacher conference, laugh out loud. I know, Deb, you understand she's a teacher too. She'd be a hot mess. What was I saying earlier? My brain is everywhere. I was talking about what was the one thing I wanted to end with, and now my brain is in your questions. Someone remind me. Remind me in the chat. The baby will have the best of everything. Oh, I know what work. I think, and I was saying this to Susie, I think that Rosemary, as part of maybe her postpartum depression or whatever, is definitely going to go back to work to the newspaper. She's bringing the baby with her. Bring your baby to work. She is going to have the baby right in there, and it doesn't matter because the nurse, the hospital is right next to them. Well, it's not their hospital, but the infirmary is right there. It's the center of town. Everything is right there. And she's going to take that baby with her. That's what I was thinking. Everyone's saying the baby's going to be amazingly dressed. This is true. And spoiled. And Lee will make the baby crate. Oh, make a baby the cradle. Yes. The baby will have everything. Oh. So I think she's going to go back to work, take the baby with her. Yes, I do. I do. Which is nice because Elizabeth couldn't do that because she was the teacher. But Rosemary absolutely can. And I don't think she would want someone else taking care of her baby. I think she would want to be taking care of the baby. And the poor soul that would be the nanny, oh my gosh, she would drive that person crazy. Doctor's office now, since they took down the infirmary sign. Yes, they did, Bryce. You are correct. Thank you. I can't wait to see this play out. So cute. Jackie saying, imagine if they have a little girl and she is little Nellie Olson. No, I wouldn't want that. Her Leah's too good of a person. Baby Coulter will have, yes. Remember when they did that? Where is that? Baby Coulter will have bronze booties made. Yes. Little Jack will be going to school, so that leaves Laura as a nanny. Maybe. How about this? The conference. Tony's saying that would be the conference to remember. Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. Maybe I'll be able to be a writer and I could write that scene. I'll be retired from teaching by then, right? Oh gosh. All right. This has been fun. I've covered most of what I wanted to cover. If anybody has any, Laura, run. Run. I know. If anyone has any other things that they want to cover about this particular topic, I will absolutely chat about it. But I wanted to show you. I got some little things that I'll share in a minute. I wanted to show you this. So this lovely edit comes from that opening scene. Look how clear and beautiful it is. And if you are not already on the Rosemary and Lee page and you love Rosemary and Lee, please join us. We have 4.3 thousand, 3K on the page. We have a wonderful population from Brazil. They absolutely love When Calls the Heart. They are behind us in the episodes or the seasons, and they don't even care. They're like, we do the spoiler alerts, but they want to read up on it because they have to wait forever. Our Brazilian fans. And this was made by Kathy. She makes gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous edits all the time. She said I could use a part of it for my thumbnail, which I totally am thankful that she said I could. And it's Kathy Wagner, by the way. And um, I encourage you to go onto the page just to see some of her edits. They're beautiful. Okay, let's see our last little things here. I'm sorry, I was distracted. Brian says this is going to be a fun storyline with almost every character. Yes, yes, in Hope Valley. Wait, can you imagine Bill? Bill, he's a pain in the neck. And he'll be so Mr. Grumpy. And oh gosh, I can't imagine him and Lee. Oh, laugh out loud. I have those bronze booties. I know I'm aging myself. Rob and I had them too. LJ probably has another year yet before he goes to school, but there's always Robert. Oh dear Lord. That's true. He has 52 jobs. This is an amazing edit. It is. Isn't she fantastic? Look at that. And then she has a beautiful saying in it. It's very beautiful. Elizabeth will tell Rosemary that little girl Coulter won't stop talking in class. Lee will be a hovering mess. Yes, yes. Christine's saying that Kathy is great with what she posts. Yes, she does. She does. They're very beautiful. They are. Another wonderful show. Excellent. Okay. Me? Is it my show you're saying is excellent? Huh? Robert, always the right man for the job. I was thinking of that too. I know, me too. Elizabeth teaching little Jack will be fun. Yes. Oh, goodness. Maybe by then she'll have a bit of a different role and we'll have another teacher there. We talked about that so much and none of that came to fruition. Okay. Great work, Kathy. They're giving you some love, Kathy. All right. I'm going to remove this and that's it. I love this. So I'll be back. I'm going to do every other Wednesday. If for no other reason, I have commitments on Wednesday, board meetings, and I have to speak and we have to talk about our budget and all that kind of wonderful stuff. So I wanted to say that the next episode I have is dedicated to Lucas Bouchard and Chris McNally because he said some things in social media and some little tidbits that I've gleaned and I'm going to share, and I will have a special guest. By no means is it Chris. Don't all freak out and think it's Chris. If it was Chris, I would not tease. I would straight up and tell you. It is somebody totally different, sort of on the lines of what I did today. I thought there's so much out there that we can connect to, and I thought, why not put it out there and showcase. We could take little trips and showcase things that are connected in the modern world to When Calls the Heart. So I thought I got to find this mercantile. It was a mercantile. When I went and researched, and I did this months ago, researched the pickle split. I was doing it to make a recipe. And then I was like, I'm not making the recipe. I'm going to find the people who invented it and have them on. And then I found out that their shop was a mercantile. I'm like, oh my gosh. This is wonderful. Okay, Thursday night is Chris McNally night. It is? What's Thursday night? Thursday night is Chris McNally night? Arlene, I don't know what that means. This was a great podcast. Thanks, Deb. Christine says, nice, Roxanne. Okay, Thursday night. Okay, now, also before I leave, this Thursday is Chris McNally night. Got you. It is. I think she's talking about Pink Ladies. Yes, and Firefly. You are correct. Sorry. Yeah, I had a little memory lapse here. This Sunday is my recapping for Pink Ladies. And I don't even have a guest. I wanted to have a guest co-host. I wanted one of Chris's fans to come on and be my co-host, and I have people I can have on, but I was trying to mix it up, and people are afraid. I'm nice. I won't hurt you if you're my co-host. And we're going to recap episode 4, even though tomorrow episode 5 comes out, and episode 4 has quite a bit of our Chris McNally in it, and it's going to be fun to recap. All right, everyone. Bryce is saying, sorry, I missed most of this, but I'll go back and watch after the live is over. Thanks, Roxanne. You're doing a wonderful job here. Bryce, thank you. I have to tell you, I love talking, blah, 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 blah. But I also love When Calls the Heart. And I enjoy the other things that are on Hallmark, but When Calls the Heart. So delicious. It's my thing. Okay. All right. Good night, everyone. Night.